Most men go about their daily lives without really thinking about aging. We wake up, check our phones, go to work, hit the gym, spend time with family, and crash at night. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and before you know it, a decade has flown by. And here's the truth. Aging doesn't happen all at once. It doesn't tap you on the shoulder and announce, "Hey, you're getting older now." It sneaks in quietly, leaving behind little clues. A wrinkle here, a hairline shift there, a workout recovery that feels just a little tougher than it used to. The scary part? Most men ignore these signs until they're so obvious that it feels too late. But if you learn to recognize the subtle hidden signs of aging early, you can take action, not just to look younger, but feel stronger, healthier, and sharper for years to come. So in this video, we're going deep into the 7 hidden signs of aging every man should watch for. Some of them you might already notice. Others may surprise you. And along the way, I'll share what science says about why these changes happen, and most importantly, what you can do about them. But before we dive in, let me ask you this. Have you ever had one of those moments where you suddenly feel older? Maybe you bent down to tie your shoes and felt your back creak. Maybe a friend tagged you in a group photo and you thought, "Do I really look like that?" Or maybe it's as simple as waking up tired. Even though you thought you got enough sleep, those moments are wake-up calls. And trust me, if you pay attention to them, you can make changes today that your future self will thank you for. Now, this isn't about chasing some unrealistic dream of staying 25 forever. Aging is natural, and it comes for all of us. But how we age, that's something we actually have a lot of control over. Think of it like this. 2 men could both be 50 years old. One looks sharp, energetic, and confident. The other looks and feels worn out. Same age on paper, but their bodies tell a very different story. The difference often comes down to recognizing these signs early and making smart choices. And here's another reason this matters. Aging doesn't just affect appearance. It influences your health, your confidence, your relationships, even your career. Studies show that men who take care of themselves not only live longer, but also maintain better mental focus, stronger physical performance, and higher self-esteem. So this isn't just about vanity. It's about quality of life. And as we go through each sign, I'll share practical tips you can start using right away. No complicated routines, no expensive treatments, just real strategies backed by science. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's break down these 7 hidden signs of aging. Pay attention, because spotting them early could literally add years of energy and strength to your life. Let's start with one of the most common and most visible signs. Sign number 1, thinning hair. Hair. For a lot of men, it's one of the first things they notice changing as they age. You might see more strands in the shower drain. Maybe your barber points out your hairline creeping back just a little. Or maybe photos from the past 5 years reveal that your once thick hair looks noticeably thinner. Here's the deal. By the time most men hit their 50s, more than 80% will experience some degree of hair thinning or balding. And for some, it starts much earlier, even in their late 20s or early 30s. Why does this happen? The main culprit is a hormone called DHT, or dihydrotestosterone. It's a byproduct of testosterone, and while testosterone helps with muscle growth, energy, and libido, DHT can shrink hair follicles over time. Smaller follicles mean thinner strands, and eventually, some stop producing hair altogether. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Many men think, well, if my dad or grandfather was bald, I'm doomed. Genetics do play a huge role, but lifestyle choices can speed things up or slow them down. Stress, poor nutrition, smoking, and even too much sun exposure can all accelerate hair loss. And it's not just about appearance. Hair thinning can affect confidence in a big way. Studies show that men with noticeable hair loss often report feeling less attractive, less youthful, and even less successful in social or professional settings. It may not be fair, but perception matters. So, what can you do if you notice this sign? First, don't panic. Thinning hair doesn't mean you're unhealthy, but it's a reminder that your body is changing and is an opportunity to take control. Sign number 2, wrinkles around the eyes. If thinning hair is the first sign many men notice, wrinkles around the eyes are often the second. They're subtle at first. Little creases when you smile or squint in the sun. But over time, those fine lines deepen, eventually becoming what we call crow's feet. Now, here's something interesting. The skin around your eyes is actually the thinnest skin on your entire body. That means it's more fragile, more prone to dehydration, and more sensitive to environmental damage than almost anywhere else. So it makes sense that aging shows up here first. But wrinkles aren't just about skin thickness. There are 3 big reasons why men develop them. Collagen decline. Collagen is a protein that keeps skin firm and smooth. After about age 25, your body naturally produces less of it every year. By the time you hit 40, collagen levels have dropped significantly, and the skin can't bounce back the way it used to. Repeated expressions, smiling, laughing, squinting, these all fold the skin in the same places again and again. Think of it like creasing a piece of paper. At first, it flattens back out, but eventually, those creases become permanent. Environmental damage. The sun is the number 1 external cause of wrinkles. UV rays break down collagen and elastin, leading to premature aging. Add in pollution, poor sleep, and lifestyle habits like smoking or excessive drinking, and the damage accelerates. Now, some men shrug this off and say, wrinkles are just character, and they're not wrong. A few lines can absolutely add distinction, even charm. But when those wrinkles make you look tired, stressed, or older than you feel, they can affect how people perceive your energy and vitality. So what can you do if you're noticing crow's feet or under-eye wrinkles? And here's an important point. Wrinkles are not a sign of weakness. They're simply evidence that you've lived, laughed, and maybe squinted in the sun a little too much. But if you want to keep them under control, the earlier you start protecting your skin, the better. Sign number 3, slower muscle recovery. Here's a sign a lot of men notice, but don't always connect to aging. Slower muscle recovery. Think back to your 20s. You could hit the gym hard, stay up late, and still wake up ready to go the next day. Maybe you'd be a little sore, but it would fade quickly. Fast forward a decade or 2, and suddenly, that same workout leaves you stiff for 3 days. What's going on? The answer lies in how your body changes with age. Muscle recovery depends on hormones, circulation, and cellular repair. As we get older, testosterone declines. Testosterone plays a key role in muscle repair and growth. Levels naturally start to dip after age 30, and the decline accelerates in your 40s and 50s. Less testosterone means slower recovery, slower protein synthesis. Your muscles rebuild themselves through a process called protein synthesis. Younger bodies do this quickly, but the rate decreases with age. Sign number 4, sagging skin and loss of firmness. Take a look at old photos of yourself, maybe from 10 years ago. Notice the sharpness of your jawline, the tightness under your eyes, or how smooth your cheeks looked. Now compare that to your current reflection. If you see looser skin, puffiness, or a jawline that's not quite as defined, you're spotting another hidden sign of aging. Loss of firmness. Why does this happen? It's all about 2 key proteins, collagen and elastin. Collagen provides structure, like the scaffolding of a building. Elastin gives your skin flexibility, the ability to bounce back. After age 25, your body's natural collagen production drops by about 1% each year. That might not sound like much, but over decades, the cumulative loss is huge. Combine that with environmental damage, and skin gradually begins to sag. But there's more at play. Gravity. Over time, gravity pulls skin downward, especially around the cheeks, jawline, and neck. Fat redistribution. Younger faces carry fat evenly. As you age, fat shifts downward, creating hollow cheeks and heavier lower faces. Muscle tone decline. Facial muscles weaken, contributing to drooping skin. For men, sagging often shows up as bags under the eyes, loose skin around the neck, turkey neck, jawlines that look softer or less defined. Now, let's get one thing straight. Sagging skin doesn't mean you're unhealthy. It's a natural part of aging, but it can make you look more tired or older than you feel inside. Sign number 5. Stiff joints and mobility changes. Here's a scenario many men can relate to. You wake up in the morning, swing your legs out of bed, and as you stand up, your knees feel stiff. Maybe you hear a little crack or pop, or you bend down to pick something up, and your lower back twinges. That stiffness? It's one of the most underrated signs of aging. When you're younger, your joints move smoothly because they're cushioned by cartilage and lubricated by synovial fluid. Think of it like oil in an engine. It reduces friction and keeps everything gliding easily. But with age, cartilage gradually wears down. Synovial fluid production decreases. Muscles supporting joints weaken. The result? Stiffness, discomfort, or even pain when moving. Now, this doesn't always mean arthritis, though arthritis risk does rise with age. Sometimes it's just natural wear and tear, combined with less flexibility and mobility. But here's why this sign is so important. Mobility is freedom. When your joints feel stiff, you start moving less. When you move less, muscles weaken, posture suffers, and stiffness gets worse. It's a vicious cycle, and many men ignore it until it becomes a serious problem. Sign number 6, decline in energy levels. Think back to your younger years, maybe your 20s. You could pull a late night, grab a few hours of sleep, and still power through the next day. You had energy to hit the gym, hang out with friends, and crush a full day of work without blinking. But as the years pass, that boundless energy starts to dip. Suddenly, you're hitting the snooze button more often. Midday crashes feel brutal. And by evening, all you want is a couch instead of the gym. This decline in energy levels is one of the clearest signs of aging. And while it can be subtle at first, over time, it changes the way you live. So why does this happen? There are several reasons. Hormonal shifts. Testosterone, the hormone most associated with male vitality, gradually declines with age. Lower testosterone can lead to fatigue, lower motivation, and reduced stamina. Mitochondrial slowdown. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells, producing energy. As you age, they become less efficient, meaning your cells literally generate less fuel. Lifestyle accumulation. Years of poor sleep, stress, processed food, alcohol, or lack of exercise catch up. Even small habits compound into major energy drains. Sleep quality. Older men often experience disrupted sleep from stress, medical conditions, or reduced melatonin production. Poor sleep equals poor energy. Now, here's the trap many men fall into. They assume low energy is just getting older. But while some slowdown is normal, constant fatigue is not something you have to accept. Sign number 7, changes in posture. Picture 2 men, both the same age, let's say 50. One walks into a room standing tall, shoulders back, confident stride. The other shuffles in, shoulders rounded, head tilted forward, maybe even a slight hunch. Same age, but one looks energetic and powerful. The other looks tired and older. That's the power of posture. And changes in posture are one of the most overlooked signs of aging in men. Why does posture decline with age? Muscle weakness. Your core and back muscles naturally weaken over time, especially if you sit a lot. Weaker muscles can't hold your spine in alignment. Spinal compression. The discs in your spine lose fluid and elasticity as you age, leading to a slight loss of height and more curvature. Habits. Hours hunched over computers, phones, or steering wheels create muscle imbalances that worsen with age. Poor posture doesn't just make you look older. It causes pain, stiffness, reduced mobility, and even affects how your organs function. Slouching compresses your lungs and digestive system, reducing oxygen intake and slowing metabolism. But here's the good news. Posture is one of the most fixable signs of aging, if you work on it consistently. Outro and call to action. So there you have it, the 7 hidden signs of aging every man should watch for. Let's recap. Thinning hair, wrinkles around the eyes, slower muscle recovery, sagging skin and loss of firmness, stiff joints and mobility changes, decline in energy levels, changes in posture. Here's the key takeaway. None of these signs happen overnight. They build quietly over years, which means you don't wake up one day suddenly old. You age one small change at a time. And that's actually good news, because if you spot these signs early, you can take action early. And small, consistent action adds up to massive results over time. Imagine this. 2 versions of yourself, 10 years from now. One ignored the signs. He feels stiff, tired, less confident, maybe even looks older than his years. The other paid attention. He adjusted his lifestyle, supported his body, and now moves, feels, and looks much younger than the number on his driver's license. Which man do you want to be? Here's the truth. Aging is inevitable, but how you age is a choice. You can choose to let these signs creep in unnoticed, or you can choose to face them head-on, armed with knowledge and practical steps. So my challenge to you is this. Don't just watch this video and nod along. Pick one sign that resonated with you. Maybe it's your energy levels, your posture, or those crow's feet in the mirror. And starting today, take one step to improve it. Because when it comes to aging, the sooner you act, the more powerful your results will be. If you found this video valuable, make sure to hit that like button. It tells YouTube this content matters. And if you want more smart, practical advice about men's health, fitness, and longevity, subscribe and join this community. And finally, share this video with a friend, because chances are he's noticing these signs too, but he hasn't put the pieces together yet. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. And remember, youth isn't just about the years you've lived. It's about the energy and strength you bring to life. Stay strong, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.